Mecca is missing. Torpedo 2. Archaeological evidence. Archaeology and Mecca. Archaeological surveys in Arabia and Jordan have found extensive evidence of human settlements dating back to the 10th century BC, that is more than 3,000 years ago. This includes areas like Khaybar, Dedan, Timan and Petra in the north, and several kingdoms in Yemen in the south. Despite these findings, archaeologists have found no evidence of settlements dating to the 6th and 7th centuries AD in the Hijaz, that is the areas surrounding Mecca. And more than 28,000 inscriptions have been found throughout Arabia with no direct reference to Mecca. To quote archaeologist Dan Gibson, quote, "It is as if it had never existed," unquote. Therefore, there is no archaeological support for Mecca existing in the 7th century. Torpedo 2 scores a direct hit. Not so fast. Is this a reference to Mecca? This is an inscription found near Taif that reads, quote, "This was written in the year that the Masjid al-Haram was built in the 78th year." Taif is about 90 kilometers from Mecca, and the phrase Masjid al-Haram means the, quote, "forbidden place of worship," unquote. Now, Muslims claim that this refers to the sanctuary in Mecca, but there are two problems with this claim. Number one, while the standard Islamic narrative claims that the Masjid al-Haram was in Mecca, the inscription does not mention Mecca by name. Problem number two is that the 78th year is AD 698. So this sanctuary was built in AD 698. Yet the standard Islamic narrative says that Mecca and the sanctuary predated Muhammad, that is before AD 632. So this inscription cannot be talking about the Mecca of the standard Islamic narrative. Torpedo 2 still scores the direct hit. Also, the Sind claims that Mecca was a major commercial center in the 7th century. If this were the case, then coins from the 7th century would have been minted either in Mecca or somewhere nearby. The map shows where the 7th century coins were actually minted. Note that none were anywhere near Mecca. The western mints were all situated in modern-day Syria, Lebanon and Israel, and the eastern mints were in modern-day Iran. And note that all of these mints would have been under the authority of any Arab leader or caliph in the 7th century, including any Muslim caliph. Now, the earliest coins that actually minted in Mecca are from AD 822. This is the 9th century and nearly 200 years after the death of Muhammad, according to the standard Islamic narrative. So there's no archaeological support for Mecca existing in the 7th century. Torpedo 2 still scores a direct hit.